just got it checking. You imagine what it feels like. Pouring up the drink and now I'm feeling how I should like. That bitch gave me toppy, now she acting like she been.
Hey, welcome back you guys to another video. Today we just received a small little festive update releasing a few new cool items inside of the game, but the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video was the next big update that will be coming to Clash of Clans. The major update that happens twice a year and that usually brings us a new troop, a new game mode, or something game changing along those lines. So first, I'll just go over what this new festive update has brought us, as well as some hidden things that you may not have noticed, and then I'll get into what the Clash of Clans community manager, his name is Darian, has been saying about this new biannual huge update. So first, let's just go ahead and get into this happy lunar new year little update. So the first two obvious things is that we are going to be receiving two new seasonal decorations, which is really unique because we only usually receive one of them, and then these two are also super unique considering there is absolutely nothing like it in the game yet and ever has been. Don't know what I just said there, but whatever, we're just gonna roll with it. So the fortune tree obstacle, I definitely want one of those, and then the firework obstacle, which kind of looks like a defense, but I'm definitely gonna be wanting those two on my base, and hopefully they'll grow on the outside. Then we've also got this little new wallpaper, which I think actually looks really cool. It doesn't really do anything, but a lot of time and effort went into it, obviously, because it is really colorful. The troops, everything is just fantastic. I've never seen anything like this, and it's really cool to see it actually in red. When I first opened it for the very first time, I was shocked. I thought I was playing the wrong game for a second because it didn't even really look like Clash of Clans except for the characters, but that's really cool. You can even see at the bottom of the table there's two bombers just hiding under there. Not sure what they're doing, but I expect that table to be blowing up. Maybe they're heating up that hot pot or something, I don't know. And then also, I find it a little weird that they are eating like ham and stuff. I know it's not even really a big deal, but I just find it weird that considering ham comes from pigs and then our hog riders ride those pigs, I'm just wondering how many hogs they've actually slaughtered to make those. But anyways, that is besides the point. That is not what we are here to talk about. And then one other thing that you may not have noticed is that their village editor has actually disappeared. If you go to the Japanese Clash of Clans, it's actually been removed. I believe it's due to some lawsuit or something that is happening. I think Clash of Clans is being accused of. They haven't actually been confirmed or anything like that, but I think they've been accused of kind of copying that idea from another Japanese game. No one's sure right now if that is true, but Supercell is just taking the precaution and removing it from the game for now for the Japanese players. So for the most of us, it actually won't affect us, but if you actually want to go ahead and see for yourself, I believe I just did it myself in the video. That should be playing in the background, but if you want to see it for yourself, just go to the languages and then change yours to the third Asian writing language, which is Japanese, I believe. I should know, I'm half Japanese, but for some reason I can't actually read it. But anyways, the last thing that happened is that they now have support for the iPhone X users, which is pretty neat considering that the screen is super unique. It's extra long and not as wide, so the game looks really cool on there. I know it's gonna make my friend Past Amazing super happy since he just got the iPhone X, and usually it just has like these really weird bezels on the side, but it's probably gonna look a lot cooler on that. So if you want to see what that looks like, go ahead, check it out on his channel. It looks pretty darn sweet. So anyways, that is pretty much all that they added into the game for us in this little update. Now let's get into the juicy stuff and talk about what is to be coming in this new biannual, huge, massive, amazing, awesome, big update that should be coming sometime in perhaps February or March, or really, actually, it could be anytime. It could be in the summer, we don't know as of right now, but make sure you stay tuned and I'll let you guys know as soon as we find out more information about it. But basically, they are going to be apparently adding some content for endgame players, which I am really looking forward to. Let me just go ahead and find the posts of what Darian, the community manager, specifically said, just so that I can quote him on it and make it more factual. So one of his very first posts, it just says that it will not be a boring first half of the year. So that is basically inferring that not inferring, but that is alluding to that the fact that there will be a really big update sometime in the first half of the year. So I believe that is anytime before June. So I know that is a lot of time and it could be anytime around then, but it is promising us that there will be a big update sometime in the first half of the year. And then his other post here says, someone was talking about actually Clan Games is the last year update as we are now in 2018, so they consider the Clan Games update to be a last year update, so we are still going to receive two huge updates sometime this year. And then he ended up saying Yes, we agree there is a lot of room for improvement, and we do plan on rolling out lots of improvements as the clan games evolve. You're going to see lots of new content this year. Those weren't empty promises I was making last year, and if you don't remember, he did make a lot of promises that this clan games is going to bring us a lot of new content, and they are going to keep building on it, and there's also going to be implementing a lot of new features and stuff into the game that we should look forward to. So that is what he's talking about when he's making empty promises. So there's going to be content for endgame players right there, big emphasis on that. There's going to be content for war enthusiasts, casual-minded players, etc. I think we pretty much have every niche covered. Though keep in mind we're not going to launch everything all at once. Development takes time, and we're going to be doing things in stages throughout the year to make sure we're properly building on everything we started last year. And we are quite aware that max players face a lack of content. This will change. So that I'm going to talk about in right after I finish reading these posts, but that part is really cool, and I can't wait to see what that has in store for us. And then his next post says, something that gets lost in my post is that while we don't have plans to release Builder Hall 8 this quarter, so they're not going to be releasing Builder Hall 8 anytime in the first 3 months, so January, February, and March if my months are all faulty right now. But yeah, so we aren't going to be receiving Builder Hall 8 anytime soon, as of right now. Game development schedules are notoriously fluid. We find a gap in between content releases, and we may push the Builder Hall 8 release up sooner to give players more content. We are also keeping an eye on the ratio of players who are either at or reaching the Builder Hall 7 ceiling as well before we start rolling... can't speak right now. Before the Builder Hall 7 ceiling, as well as before we start eyeing Builder Hall 8 release dates. So right now they're just using Builder Base since it was kind of a flop. They're just using it as update fillers. So if we haven't had a big update in a while, they're kind of just going to throw a Builder Hall update in there. And that is what they plan on doing with Builder Hall 8. So for any of you Builder Hall players out there, I know I don't actually play it anymore, so it doesn't really affect me. But for any of you, looks like we won't be receiving Builder Hall 8 anytime soon, at least as of right now. And then this last one, someone asked a lot of big questions like, will Supercell fix clouds in higher leagues? Has Supercell taken any steps against engineers? And then the last one, any hint when Supercell will bring down Town Hall 12? So he answers 1 and 2 by saying, I'm going to say this in a way to try and avoid sounding like a PR speak. So the clouding situation along with engineering are actually 2 of the top priorities for the Clash of Clans team this year. Ironically, fixing the clouds is tougher than fixing engineering due to how the system is designed. The bottom line is, keeping you in the clouds benefits no one, so I totally agree, I absolutely hate it. Preventing people who have put in time, effort, sweat, and blood to reach higher tiers from playing the game is obviously not an ideal way to keep people playing the game. Fixing the cloud issue might take an entire overhaul of how the game functions. This is not an easy thing to do, nor is it a quick solution, but it is something we are going to address. The same goes for engineering. I think we have a solution for this, but it's still being developed, but it is something that we're going to be releasing this year. Yes, the team has been taking both of those issues very seriously. And then he also talked about the person versus person aspect of Legends League, where just like in builder battles, you would just face off one-on-one against another player, and then the winner wins trophies, the loser loses trophies. That is something they were talking about. They said it is an option that they are keeping open, but they have not fully decided on anything yet. And in my opinion, it doesn't look like they're going to go with that idea. And then the last thing he said is, we have a metric ton of new content we are working on. Glad to hear it. I want to see lots of new stuff added into Clash of Clans. And then many of what we are going to be introducing is based on a lot of player suggestions. So that part is really cool, considering that I talk a lot about different player suggestions, concepts, and then I also read through the forums a lot. So chances are I've probably gotten over some of the stuff that is going to be added into the game eventually. And then he also went on to say, it's too early to confirm what those suggestions were or what the content is. As to the specifics of your questions, no comment. So that is all he had to say about all of that. And like I said, when he said that there is going to be something added for the endgame players, I can't tell you guys how much I am looking forward to that, because it is very likely that it's going to be a new game mode or a feature rather than a troop or a hero. Just because that they wouldn't really add a troop or a hero just for like Town Hall 12s or people that have like reached Legends League or max bases. It just wouldn't make sense. So it's way more likely that a new game mode or feature will be implemented into the game that only once you reach Legends League or once you max your base that you'll have access to, rather than just a new troop. Because like honestly, how much fun can you have with a new troop, and like how long would that actually last? But then I would also like, even though they might not be implementing a new troop for the endgame players or a new hero. I would also expect maybe a new troop, just considering there hasn't been one in over 2 years. So just for that fact alone, I think that this year might be a time we are going to be getting either a new troop or a new hero if Town Hall 12 does come out. So yeah, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for all the information I have on these new updates and what he has said. I didn't want to get my opinion too involved into this video. I didn't want to be biased in any way, so I just kind of read out the facts for you guys as was. I'll probably make a different video on what I personally expect from the update and what kind of things I think might actually be added into it, but I'll use that for another video just so that I can keep my opinion separated. So anyways, I am going to be actually going on vacation very shortly, actually tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to respond to your guys' comments nearly as quickly right after I post a video. Usually I'm in the comment section for like the first 30 minutes. So if you guys don't already have post notifications turned on, make sure you do that because I respond to every single comment that I can within like the first 15-30 minutes of each video. So if you have those turned on, you will not miss it. So anyways, like I said, I'm going to be on vacation, so I won't be able to respond to comments for about a week. But once I get back, I will get back to that for sure. And then I am currently working on and currently finishing actually the Grand Warden story. So that should be coming out sometime soon. There will be a trailer for that, so you guys will know exactly when it's going to be posted. And also, if you did like this music that was playing in the intro of this video or at the end when I play my outro, if you do like that, definitely make sure you click on the link in the description to go check out my friend Lil Bean on SoundCloud. You could go ahead, follow him, like his stuff, or whatever you want to do, download his music. It would help him out a ton, and he's actually a friend from real life, so it would help benefit him a ton. So anyways, do it if you want. If not, that is totally fine as well. And anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
I just wanted Maserati coolin' with a bitch like I just got it checking you, imagine what it feels like. Pouring out the drink and now I'm feeling how I should like. That bitch gave me toppy, now she acting like she been mine. Like she been mine, she ain't ever been